Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q. Today I've been really kind of thinking about a few things, and we're really looking at some of these states of consciousness. And for right now, we're going to begin. It's about many things are coming up to surface, to be known, to be understood, to be aware of things, and also with internal messages. So, all of these things that we're noticing are showing up in divine and spectacular ways. Because, for example, like let's just say the internal messages that could be related to your body. Now, most of the work that I do is with the body and finding better guidance and more understanding. So sometimes if things start surfacing up in the body, maybe you're all of a sudden you have this awareness that something is happening in the body, and then you're just like going, what am I supposed to do? Or maybe some people don't really realize that they can actually understand a little bit more about their beautiful body. So sometimes maybe something will show up that's all of a sudden, and you don't know why or how or what was going on. Is that you start looking at, what is it showing us? Something maybe from the surface is showing you something. And the more that you can go into some of these states of consciousness and find those higher states of consciousness and moving into a better way of experiencing your beautiful divine body, having better experiences with just at the earliest onset of something shifting or changing. I think I talk about this all the time on my videos, but the more that we go into working with some of these energies, it's very, very powerful that you just take a moment and then notice what is happening. Notice exactly what is happening. Sometimes I have some lymphatic stuff on this side here, and so it's on this side, and then on this side I would be tapping to support and have a better experience with any kind of lymphatic stuff. Okay, so sometimes that tapping is really it's free. It's free range chickens, people. It's free range chickens. Yeah. So sometimes there's other things that you can do too. Maybe feeling not 100% grounded, or maybe that you're not really in it to win it. Maybe there's something else that you need to know about your body. But when things are coming up to the surface on your own body, and you can feel it, you can experience it, and then you can start relating to it, you might start, just doing a few more different things. For example, if you're kind of ungrounded or maybe not 100%, you could start doing some tapping. I do a lot of tapping. You could do 49 taps here on the crown of the head. All of these things right now that we're working with that are on the surface, that it's evident, we're seeing something, we're feeling something different. And then even with some of these experiences, with many things are coming up to surface and to be known, and then also with the internal sense of self, the internal sense of your own awareness of your own sense of spirit. All of this is happening right now. So when we're looking at some of the other ways of looking at things are coming up to surface, sometimes you may have something in an area of your body. Now, I don't identify. I do a lot of body scans with people, and the holographic energies as well. But I don't really identify necessarily the actual organ or the system or whatever. I don't really go there. We just go in there and we see if we can get some better understanding. And sometimes when we go into some of these body scans or these holographic fields, is that there may be something that's holding some space in there that's ready to release, but it's not ready yet. It's not ready. And so what we call that is emotions. Sometimes, emotions or other experiences that were not the best may be held within the body. And the more that you take a little bit of time to reflect and have a better experience, is that you're able to, eventually at a certain point, just receive a better guidance with the body, more understanding about what that event was, or what the emotion was, or what the feeling was. And so, and it's so funny because we've been here like boots on the ground, right? I've been boots on the ground, people, I'm like over here always doing this body work. And so when we start looking at some of these beautiful energies with the body, is that we it's kind of an overall, it's an overall sense of light, it's an overall sense of consciousness, it's an overall sense of being in the right place in the right experience. So if you've had something that already happened in the body, trauma, anything like that, is that we can start kind of, you know, like kind of bringing it down into a new space, bringing it into a space that it's clear and it's safe to let things go. If something happened, you know, when you were 5 or 10 or 20 or whatever, I get it. You know, people have trauma, they have sadness, they have all these, you know, conflicted emotions, and maybe things were real bad, you know, but after that event, it's already, I'm just going to say this, it's kind of a cliche, but it's already done and it's already gone. Whenever I work with some of this energy, you know, with things coming up to surface and it comes back around, you know, like, oh God, I had that when I was 10 and, you know, I've got it again today, you know. We call that the echo energy. So when something is happening with the body and it's kind of coming back around, the best thing you can do is stop. Right? It's like, stop, people, stop. And another word would be because it's already done. You stop and you go into the because it's already gone, it's already done. Now this is challenging for a lot of people to kind of reconcile with some of these experiences with things that are surfacing with the body and continually coming back into flow. And the best thing that I would suggest for you, if you've got something that already happened maybe when you were 5, 10 or 14 or whatever, is that you have experiences, but at a certain point it's already been released from your state of consciousness. It's not in your field anymore, but every once in a while it kind of comes back around. It's kind of like a pop quiz. And so the best you can do with a pop quiz is just to relate to that experience with a pop quiz, something that happened earlier in life, and it was a past experience, and sometimes they're great, you know, you want to have those, but a lot of us have the yucky stuff that comes through with pop quizzes. It's kind of like, oh God, here we go again for this freaking story, and I'm so over it, you know. And that certainly has happened for me, but I call it the echo energy. So when that energy comes back around, you know, it's already done, it's already gone, it's already been cleared, it's already been released, and it's been sent to spirit or to your soul's expression, whatever that means for you, is that you just when the echo comes through and that memory comes back, you just release it immediately. The best thing is this, these are like pop quizzes. And so when you get a pop quiz, you're 100% when you just let the freaking story go. And all of this is really helping people. And some people kind of like their story. You know, some people kind of like the story. They like to share about it. They like to talk more about it. And then they like to tell other people, you know, about their story. And that's great. But, you know, I think that there's another way of looking at it. Let's just say that the energy with the echo has come in, and it was maybe a negative time when you were younger, or maybe it was the cat down the street, you know. But then you start finding some other ways of looking at life. Maybe this person is in a weird situation, doesn't know exactly what to do. The best thing to do would be some level of a pivot. You know, pivots are really fun when we're working with some of these energies, with the body scan, with the things coming up to surface, and they do come up to surface. They really, really do. So the more that we can do this is just realize that we've been here, boots on the ground, and we've had all of the unique experiences, wonderful, great, traumatic events. All of these things are showing up, but the very best that we can do is just let it be. You know, if you got that echo, if it comes back around from, you know, early childhood, something trauma happened, you've just got to keep going into that field and just knowing that I am free. You know, I am free of this state of consciousness. I'm free of these things that are already God, and I'm okay. I am completely okay with receiving that surface energy. That surface energy is always like, it's kind of coming up and up and up, and all of a sudden you're just like, boom, we're free. We're totally free. So these questions that we have, you know, about the coming up to surface and more things being known, and a lot of that, with that being known, it kind of comes back into old memories or old stories. But even when you're like maybe like 5 years old and you had an experience And then now, like I'm kind of like a mature woman, but now when I look back at things as when I was a child, I'm like I can't even relate to what a child would be like. But then, the more that you go into your Akashic records and you continue to stay with some of the stories, right? You know that you don't want, right? Is that you start noticing that you keep packing up more Akashic records. You keep adding more to the story. So I don't know where I'm going with this whole experience with the surface energy, but I think this would be a great place for you to be free, to be aware that has things have already happened and it's over, right? You have like complete, ultimate freedom. Sovereign as you are. Keep yourself sovereign, keep yourself the beloved, and just continue to practice some of these ways of understanding and having greater guidance going forward with any of your thoughts, impressions, things that come under the surface. They're kind of coming up right now. Just notice that it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. We'll see you soon, and namaste.